The corner, the corner, the corner. Hey, welcome. Come on into Cousin Ed's Corner. This podcast is where you will find real, authentic conversation, organic conversation, like you're at home with your cousin. It's about life, it's about finance, it's about spirituality, it's about love, and everything in between. I'm your host, Cousin Ed. I'm excited to bring you along on this journey to explore life. Listen, let's sit back and enjoy a wide range of topics. I have some diverse guests coming on, a wide range of spectrum of thoughts. My goal is to create a space for all of us to connect, all of us to learn each other, and all of us to communicate. It's really not about me. It's about the community as a whole. Let's enjoy this. Let's sit back. Let's think about our past. Let's move into our future. It's about the corner, the corner, the corner. So no matter how you cut it or slice it, we're all here together. I'm just here to give you a piece of my heart, my mind, my soul, and my mentals. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another episode of Cousin Ed's Corner. The corner, the corner, the corner.
While I love that you are going through entrepreneurship and I want your business to be fully protected and secured so that you can rest assured at night, the one thing that is for sure is that I, attorney Jamila Moore, and my business, I Am More Consulting LLC, is not giving you legal advice, nor do we have an attorney-client relationship. I am simply just sharing information for you to take in. If you wish to learn more information, please hire an attorney so that you can make sure your business is not only secured, it is also protected. And that goes for your brand and your profits.
Another episode of Cousin Ed's Corner. I am once again honored to have a special guest on for When My Sister Wins, We All Win. And I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. You have to use the tools in front of you for good purposes. And for many years, I was against the social media because of some of the things you may see on there, some of the world star stuff. But over this past season, I've been able to find some true gems, some true kings and queens out there on social media. And this young lady I'm bringing today is another one of our queens that's actually doing big things in our community. And I wanted to bring her on just to enlighten us for some things that she's doing to bring awareness for business owners and entrepreneurs and how her services may help us. But not only just about her services, just about how she became who she is also. So I want to give her roses while she's here and thank her for what she's doing and also have her talk to the community. So she has these 3 letters behind her name that I didn't know. I didn't understand what it was. I had to ask her before the show, like, what does this mean? So some of you may have seen this, like ESQ. And I was like, is this a Greek? What are you talking about? And we laughing right now. I'm really joking, but she is an attorney at law. She's passed the bar. So if you ever need somebody to call on, you can definitely call on her. But Jamila Moore, attorney Jamila Moore, is on the show today. Queen Moore, attorney Moore. I don't know how to address you now. I'm just honored. But thank you for coming on Cousin Ed's Corner.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely. Now, for me and her, we've been back and forth and, talking about coming on. And I wanted to make sure that she understood that this show is a safe place. That I want you to know that the audience is very receptive to our guests. And you may get some questions afterwards, some voicemails that I'll forward to you. But I want you just to be open and honest and, anything you see that we can better ourselves at, please let us know. That's the main thing. So
you have my commitment.
I appreciate that. The one thing I like to start the show off with is letting the audience know who the person is we're talking to. So if you don't mind just giving us a little insight about yourself, your upbringing. I always joke around, I don't need a pamper story, but I need to find out who you are and, some of your background, and just let us know what inspired you to become an attorney.
Yeah. I recently came to the place where I said, you know what? I'm a legend in the making. And the reason why I do the work that I do is because I'm helping build out other legends to make sure that they're established and that they're protected. Now you hear the word recently came to that understanding, because before it has been a lifelong journey of just becoming. Right. Trying to become the best version of myself, trying to beat the odds of growing up from a single parent household in Los Angeles, California, where gangs are prevalent, race riots are real, and not many people can say that they've gone to college. Not many people can say that they have, multiple degrees. And so at an early age, I decided that I didn't want to live the life that I saw many people in LA living. Even if they were successful or had money, it still wasn't the life that I wanted. And so I decided I was going to go to an HBCU, attended the Hampton University. And that was literally the start to transforming me into this socialite, in a sense, because going into Hampton, I was very shy, very reserved, and Hampton birthed me into a leader. And so I left Hampton and moved to New York and was a teacher in Brooklyn.
Okay, I
taught in Crown Heights. I taught in Bushwick. I taught in Brownsville. I taught in Canarsie before going to law school, and then fully transitioning into becoming a lawyer. My journey to becoming a lawyer started when I was a little kid or a young girl in middle school, and there was a child that was acting up in our class, and they were like, "We're going to put him on trial." I was like, "Ooh, let me prosecute him." Don't ever do that again if you're a teacher. That is not socially and emotionally intelligent for the kid. But, that's what happened. And that birthed the lawyer in me. The one who wanted to, protect people.
Amazing. Now, after hearing this story, I'm seeing some things in my head, and you can tell me if any of this inspired you. But I'm seeing The Cosby Show. I'm seeing a different world. I'm seeing all that in you right now.
A Different World was definitely a show for me. The Cosbys, not so much. If I think about one of the greatest inspirations in my life, it was Oprah Winfrey.
Okay.
And she was fabulous. She had money. She helped people. And I was like, that's going to be me. And so she was my inspiration for a long time. And then as a child, I actually thought I wanted to be a doctor. I just knew I wanted to make money and get out of LA. Those were like my two aspirations. And I realized that you had to go to school for so long to become a doctor. So I said, and I'll go and be a lawyer after that mock trial in 7th grade. And so those are kind of the things that inspired me, especially when it comes to like going to an HBCU. Drumline had a huge impact on me, and BET used to have, they used to play the Black college football games on Saturdays. And so that also inspired me to go to an HBCU.
Okay. So you travel across country, come to Hampton. You did your undergrad there. And then then the transition go up to New York. Didn't even go back to the West Coast, right?
I told you I wasn't coming back here.
I heard you. So now you're in Brooklyn, and you're seeing another side of America, Black America. You have these big buildings and kids all in these concrete buildings, trying to survive in concrete city, concrete jungle, and it inspired you to go ahead and, pursue your dreams of law school?
Yeah, I mean, I always knew I wanted to be a lawyer, but the reality is the financial landscape coming out during the recession, coming from a single parent home, having access to the resources to even know how to competitively apply for law school. I just didn't have those resources. And so I did Teach for America, and I said, I'll figure it out after Teach for America. And in my third year of teaching, I studied for the LSAT exam after work, and then took the LSAT. And then I ended up attending law school at night and then being an assistant principal during the day.
Jeez. That's inspiring by itself, but that's dedication and hard work also. I have a couple of thoughts behind that, but it's for another show. The one word I will use in there is sacrifice. I want to ask you, and this, like I said, I want to take up your time now for that, but how much did you sacrifice? So I'm writing it down. I'll put a pin note in that. A lot of sacrifice. So once again, my hat's off to you for doing that. Let's fast forward. Like I said, I'll bring you back if you don't mind coming back to Cousin Ed's Corner. I'll bring you back and we could talk about some more details. But I want to fast forward to who you are now. And so you get your law degree, you said, in New York. What do you mind me asking? What school? Yes,
of course, Brooklyn Law School.
Okay,
I say LA raised me, Brooklyn made me.
There you go. I was thinking John Jay or something like that, but I live by Brooklyn, so all day long. Okay, so Brooklyn Law School, and after that, what was your next steps? So I'm gonna flip it on me, right? So I get out of school, I go to law school. What do I do next?
You get a job to pay off them loans.
Okay.
No, I say that some people didn't have law school loans, but even though I did have scholarships, I did have some loan debt. And so for me, it was important for me to get a job in the public sector. So within 10 years, I could pay off those loans. That did not happen because I'm an entrepreneur now. So I worked at the Brooklyn Navy Yard, and that was one of the best jobs ever. I got to do a little bit of everything. Like, I got to do license agreements for the show Power. I got to work on the lease for Supreme's warehouse. I got to do exhibition agreements for different museums. I got to learn about marine law. Like, I did a lot there. And so it kind of prepared me and gave me this holistic view around what it meant to take care of a multi-million-dollar company. Yeah. So from there, I decided that I didn't love Brooklyn as much as I thought I did.
Hold on, you cursing. Stop cursing.
I transitioned right on back out here to California. At the time, I thought I wanted to be a judge, so I got an opportunity to clerk for a judge, and I was like, that's not it either. And then I was a director at a nonprofit, making sure we were in compliance and a whole bunch of other things. And then I felt the nudge from God in May of 2021 that I was going to leave my job. And I was like, all right, God, that's cool and all. So you're going to give me a hefty, pillow for me to jump on. And, it's going to be great, like millions of dollars, guys. So this ebook that I wrote and published, let's go ahead and sell that to 100,000 people. And I'm going to quit this job and I'm going to do whatever you tell me to do. December 21, I guess I was not listening, but I transitioned from the job, and I have been a full-time entrepreneur since January 7th, 2022.
Okay. Congratulations. Let me try this real quick. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. I know it's corny. I'm working on some things, but no, I am honestly proud of you. I know everyone who heard that story, just getting to that point of becoming a lawyer and stepping out on faith. I think the biggest thing you said yet is the faith part, stepping out on faith and understanding what you were called to do. A lot of us, we sit back and we get complacent in our normal everyday 9-to-5s and that comfortable check. And some of us are not eager or listening to what God is saying. And so I appreciate you telling that story. So you go out January 2022, right? So you done, so this is after COVID and everything. And you said, I'm gonna make it on my own. So you already been through the contract phase and you know what it is to start a business. And the name of your business is, which I already know, but I want you to tell the public. The name of your business is?
It's I Am More Consulting LLC, but I do business as I Am and More.
I Am in More?
And More.
And More. Mm-hmm. And you said I do business as, and I'm only going to say this. What does that mean?
So when you look at corporate documentation and who pays me if they buy my products and services, they pay I Am More Consulting. But when people come to my business, what they look at is I Am and More. And so it does not make a play off of my name, even though it includes my name in a sense, but it really was an affirmation for the people who come to the website and will have to read through things to keep telling themselves like I am and more, meaning anything that I want to be, I can be, and nothing is impossible because even though I am this person today, I am always becoming a better and more version of myself.
Amen. So I come to your website. What would inspire me to come to your website? Why would I look for your services?
Well, that's a great question. Most of the time, people come looking for my services when it's too late, when they've made some mistakes in their business, when there is a hefty fine or client coming after them and they're trying to figure out what happened to my profits and what is happening to my business. And so if a person wants to be proactive, they will come to me to make sure that their business is structured properly and that they have the right documentation in place to make sure that they not only can make millions, they can also protect the millions that they make. And I do that through my work as a business attorney and IP attorney by helping people protect their profits, their brand, and their business.
So are you telling me I can't go to LegalZoom?
I will tell you that eventually you would end up here because you don't understand what happened at LegalZoom.
Okay. I'm being facetious here and saying that. What are some things that you can protect me from?
So one thing would be issues with intellectual property. Right?
I wanted to get to that because you said IP, and most people, I can say most people, some people may not know what an IP is.
Yes. So it's your intellectual property. It's interesting because yesterday I had the chance to talk to a group of high school students about the importance of attending an HBCU. And I lasered in on someone's sweatshirt that had the word wood and registered on it. And so that led me to talking to them about mental real estate. And one of the things that we learn is real estate is one of the greatest ways to build wealth. Well, most people don't understand that that actually applies to the thoughts and the ideas in our head. And so when we come up with great thoughts and ideas in our head, that is intellectual property. But in the natural world, when we buy property and things like that, an attorney calls it real property. And so just like you have to protect your real property, you also have to protect your intellectual property. And you have to make sure that you are not infringing upon someone else's intellectual property. Can I give an example, Cousin Ed?
Please. I'm ready.
Okay. So I know of a person who had a line of t-shirts, right? Ready to mark his line of t-shirts. And so someone decided that they had their own idea, probably unknowingly, created a similar line of t-shirts. The line got picked up at Target. But because the other person was the original owner of the trademark, that other person had to pay him for infringing upon his rights and for the profits he could have earned under that name.
So if I come to you beforehand, you will be able to protect me from going forward with a name that could be possibly used someplace else.
Yes. And thereby saving you money. Because most of the times when people think about attorneys, they think about spending money. But in reality, we help actually save you money and operate as a sort of insurance in your business.
I was going to mention that scenario of we don't mind. I mean, we think we have to pay car insurance, but we don't want to pay the attorney or the CPA. You know, you want to go to H&R Block and you want to go LegalZoom for the cheapest route, instead of paying somebody who is actually in your corner, who's looking out for you, a little more money. That's really there to protect you. So I find that more and more. Some people don't understand the importance behind having a professional person, not a conglomerate doing the business for them.
Yeah. And, honestly, I think it's also like, even when you find a professional, finding a professional with a servant's heart that cares about your vision, that cares about, what you're going to do and produce, rather than you just being another dollar in their pocket.
So if I come to I Am More, I am more than just a client? Let me ask that.
Yes, you are more than just a client.
Okay. I believe in family. That's what I believe in. If I can work with anybody and I'm family, then I believe they'll take care of me like a family.
Because if you think about it from my perspective, I am making sure you can touch hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions of people, and making sure that for the arena that you are in, they are getting the right person with the right established business that is actually structured for wealth, right? And so that there doesn't have to be this reaction, and now we're paying out all of this money because of mistakes we've made based off of things that we don't know. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
Well, I'm going to stay right there for 1 second. Why do you think, and I ask this question a lot on different shows, why do you think it is that we don't know this?
I think, one, we're not taught to know these things. I think, two, we don't have a lot of exposure to this. Like, I remember in New York one day, and I was on like the Upper East Side, and there was a guy walking down the street talking to his maybe like 7 or 8 year old about stocks. And so he was saying, buddy, like, we have to go and choose which stocks we're going to have for Christmas. Like, which stocks do you want to buy for Christmas? And so they get taught very early, like other cultures get taught very early about taking care of assets, what a liability is, how to build wealth. And so they grow up knowing they need attorneys. They grow up knowing they need CPAs. They grow up knowing they need financial advisors. And we kind of stumble upon money and sometimes want to stunt, if I'm honest, rather than investing that money. Huh?
You said, please be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, everything we do should yield us some type of return on our investment. And I was talking with a potential business owner today, and I said, the reality is, if you really want to start a business, right, you need anywhere from like $7,500 to $15,000. And being prepared to spend that when you think about marketing, when you think about accounting, when you think about finances, when you think about legal, when you think about branding and messaging, all of these things matter, which is one of the reasons why at I Am more than just an attorney. I'm also a business strategist that have, made the investments and have that information where I try and make it a one-stop shop for folks to have the strongest foundation possible to go out there and win.
Excellent. So I come to you. I am a t-shirt designer. and I want to know the next steps. What should I do now? Only I got is a printing press at home. I got some laminates, and I'm doing t-shirts, and my friends and everybody likes it. What should I think of next, and what are some things, some questions you may have for me?
Yeah, one, I want to know, do you actually have a legal entity structure? And if
what is
so,
that? Hold on, let's stay right there. What is that?
So a legal entity structure is something, an entity that you register with the Secretary of State of your respective state. When you're selling t-shirts without an entity structure, legally you are considered a sole proprietor, right? And I just want to make this disclaimer really quickly. I love y'all, but I'm not y'all attorney. I love y'all, but I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm just simply sharing my opinion. And so once you start to make money and enter into the stream of commerce, you really want to protect your personal assets by establishing either an LLC or some type of corporation. And then you want to make sure that what you are putting on the t-shirt or what brand it is that you're trying to build, that brand is actually protected through the trademark process. Here's another example of like why trademarking is so important. So some people may be familiar with the show Black Ink. Well, Caesar is the owner of Black Ink. That's his brainchild, but he did not trademark Black Ink in the television category. And so now he doesn't own the rights to his own show, his own brainchild for television, and cannot take that show wherever he goes. Viacom owns it, so Viacom can do what they want to do with it. We got real property, intellectual property.
I believe Chappelle had that same argument about the Chappelle show.
I might have been not tuned in during that time, but
yeah, I think that's what he said. He can't take his own intellectual property. That's why he left the Chappelle show. But I do understand what you're saying. So I have to make sure that my intellectual property is protected. Gotta make sure that my everything is trademarked. And I come to you and you say, I need these things. You said it might need between 7,000 to 15,000.
If you're setting up a business the right way with all of the basic components in place.
Okay. I am from South Central. I'm from Brooklyn. Let me go back where I'm from. Let me hold on. From Flatbush, New York, and I have a t-shirt business. I don't have 7,000. And I know this not for your business or anybody. But these are the things I need. Do I need to wait? What do I do during this time? Is it going to stop me before becoming a business owner?
Do you need to wait? No. So if you just wanted to do the legal piece, then you just go ahead and you make the investment from a legal standpoint to definitely do the entity structure and to do the trademark. Right. Okay. And so when I'm saying the 7,500 to 15,000, I'm thinking about, you have these t-shirts. How are you going to learn how to market them? Okay, so now you're getting money into your business. How are you going to learn to classify your expenses and your revenue? Okay, so now you have that taken together. What are you going to do to have the right financial picture to know how much you are actually profiting and what your cash flow is in your business so that you can make better decisions about your business? I could go on, but
no. I mean, I love it. I just want people to understand that it's more than just starting a business. It's more than going out and getting a cricket machine. There's more things to it. So these are all questions that people have. And one thing I will say about the show, I get questions behind the show. People asking questions saying, I wanted more details. So I want to just, touch on things and bring you back. That now is sparking a thought. Somebody may have, I need to start doing things. So just scratching the surface of it and bring you back just to go into more detail. But it's definitely a great conversation. Anything else you want to share with us before we wrap this one segment up?
I think that the one thing that people need to understand is that I'm going to give an analogy to help them understand it. So let's think about it when you have a car, right? When you have a car, especially think about you go out there and you get that brand new car that you always wanted. So maybe let's just say in LA, a lot of people drive these G-Wagons. So you go out there, you get your brand new G-Wagon and you upgrade and you don't even get the stock rims. You get special made rims. So now you're out here, you're driving in this G-Wagon, right? And now you have an opportunity to have insurance for this G-Wagon to make sure that if anything were ever to happen, you're fully protected. Now, with that G-Wagon, are you going to choose not to have insurance? Are you going to choose some insurance just to take care of, the other person if an accident happens? Or are you going to fully insure that G-Wagon to make sure if anything happens, your G-Wagon is taken care of and the other person is taken care of? I believe that most people are going to want the full insurance to protect and secure their G-Wagon. Well, if that's the same thing, you want to think of that as your business. When you operate a business without legal counsel, you're out here riding in a G-Wagon without insurance. I like to say you're riding dirty.
Good. That's a great
When you
analogy.
run a business, it's not about if an accident is going to happen. It is when, and did you proactively set your business up for protection and security?
Now I have one more question before I wrap it, because you made me think about something. So I'm not that young man doing the t-shirts. I'm a business owner, and I just heard this show, and I want to know, what can I do now? What do I need to do now? Because I already have a business. I had the business for the last 20 years. What do I do now? Because I didn't know any of this stuff. So do I bring everything to you? Do I stop my bit? What do I do now?
Yes, that's a very good question. You keep running your business, but you get to me as soon as possible, or you get to an attorney as soon as possible to complete an audit, to know where the holes and the gaps are in your business, and then to give you an action plan on what you need to do to fully protect and secure your business, your brand, and your profits.
Excellent. And you have a consultation, you have all that set up on your website where I can go and find that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I do appreciate you. I'm honored to have you on here. You have keys to the neighborhood now. You can come down anytime, grab a cup, go in the fridge, get the remote control, all that. Hopefully we will have you back. If you have any questions for her, definitely hit me up, 762-333-2032. That's 762-333-2032. Leave me a text. I'll forward the text and we'll answer the question on the next show. Also, go to cousinedscorner.com. That's cousinedscorner.com. You can leave a voicemail there. Across the top of the page, hit leave voicemail. Leave a voicemail for her, and we'll play it on the next show and get your questions answered. Do you have any signature information you want to give out to them?
Yeah, I think if you listen to this and you have a question, or you can't confidently say your business is secured and protected, your next step is to head over to the website IamMoore.com with 1 O and schedule your consultation to make sure that you're not riding dirty, because it might cost you your entire business later on.
You will find that information inside of the show notes. Also, definitely check out Attorney Moore, Queen. I don't know which title. You got all titles, all hats. I'm gonna stay with Queen. I like that. Queen Moore, Queen Jamila Moore. Definitely check her out. She will be back on Cousin Ed's Corner. Check her out on her website. I'll leave the information in the show notes. If you have any questions, reach out to us and I'll forward it to her. Queen, I am honored to have you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and we'll be back.
Okay. Thank you for having me and allowing me to share my platform on your platform.
Definitely. Hey, family, we'll talk to you later. Peace.
Hey, y'all. Aisha here, founder and CEO of the Sistahs in Business Expo, the country's only multi-city small business expo and community created to celebrate and educate entrepreneurial women of color. Be sure to tune in to the next episode of Cousin Ed's Corner. And remember, when my sister wins, we all win.
This episode of Cousin Ed's Corner was brought to you by the Sistah Shop. Please be sure to visit them at thesistahshop.com. That's THESISTAHSHOP.com. thesistahshop.com. Thank you for listening to Cousin Ed's Corner.